Previously on building Realm of Rights.
And then once you have one entire side done, you can copy it over like that. And then I instantly have a few rows done. Yes! Dude, we are cutting it dangerously close with the money. Last layer. There you go. This actually looks pretty sick, doesn't it? I love that. Dude, did I just make a decent little layout in one go? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this brand new episode of Building Realm of Rights. Today we are gonna work on the Egyptian area, and in fact I would like to do some layout because this looks like shit. I want to add some buildings, some path, just some really nice stuff, maybe some palm trees as well, really making it look a little bit more alive because this is simply not it. And I guess let's not waste any more time and get straight into it. Now imagine you come from this side, you get here. What is the first thing you want to see? Like a gate, maybe? Let me just try something over here. And now I think, again, the texture is gonna be a thing. Rock, maybe? Concrete is a lot smoother, but might be too smooth. What about limestone? That could work. Yes, I'll keep this for now. There's two ways we can go about this. Either we first do the whole layout with blocks and then we make it look nice, or we build one thing and then make that look nice and then move on. I feel like that's a nicer way to do it, especially for you guys watching the video. Let's do it like that. So, well, in that case, let me just kind of spice up this tower. I have some reference material, but it's all a bit vague, so I'm just gonna try some stuff. The very annoying thing about these buildings is they really need rounded edges. Here you go, kind of like this. Otherwise, it will end up looking really weird and blocky. I'm gonna try putting some windows in here just for fun. And a very recognizable feature are these sticks kind of sticking out. I think that always looks super cool. Here you go. Then, unfortunately, this area will also have quite some arches. We cannot escape them. I told you earlier, we can't. And then in there, we could make like a sarcophagus? This bloody thing. Dude, what have I gotten myself into now? How the hell am I supposed to do this? Let's first get the main kind of shape down, I guess. And I am once again kind of freestyling this because I actually don't know what I'm doing. And this is supposed to be a face. And to be fair, could have been so much worse. They also always have a little beard of sorts. And then comes the difficult part, that headpiece thing. I'm hoping I can get away with it using this technique, but I'm not sure. Do you know what? Hear me out. It's not terrible. It's not perfect either. I think I'm gonna stop and leave it like that because I feel like I might just ruin it. I do want it to be a bit closer to the... There you go. And then just like that, ooh, I like that. It's a bit wonky, of course, but hey, this is Roblox. And the way I built this entire thing, I can spin it around and it looks identical. That is actually just what I had hoped. And so then I can just select this entire building and move it over to the other side to instantly be done. The lighting is a bit weird, so you can't see the statues on this side, but look. Incredible. I do think, however, we need a little bit more space. And then, shall we do this? It would look more like an entrance like that. I'll just go ahead and add some simple detailing here and then we can move on. Some little arches and then we are done. Beautiful. By the way, as you can see, I did delete the rides I put here because, let's be real, they sucked. We need something else right here and I'm not entirely sure what. The main problem is there isn't a ton of space for a queue over here. Okay, you know what? Let's first just make a wall segment so we can kind of see what the shape of the area is going to be, because obviously this is way too blocky and weird. And I'm thinking for this, maybe these really large bricks could be cool. And then the whole idea is to be able to kind of just make walls like this. Obviously not the entire thing is going to be surrounded, but just pieces, snippets. See how nice that looks? That's really cool, actually. Then as for rocks, because of course the whole site is going to be rocks, we're going to have to determine the color as well. I'm thinking slightly darker than the rest, something like this. And then all the way to the water, of course, once again. And then, of course, my favorite part. Palm trees, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be the biggest color pop in this entire area, for sure. Honestly, without these, I don't think it'll look that good. Here you go. I already love it. I don't know about the design though. Maybe these ones might actually be better. Question is, which feel more Egyptian? To be fair, this might be better. However, what I will do is take the lighter green color from the other ones. And just like that, the exact vibe I'm looking for is achieved. Let me put some sandy hills over here, which of course we can cover up with some rocks. Say what you want about arches. rocks will always be the classics. So the idea is to have some areas that are just kind of sandy near the sides, and others will be covered up by buildings, structures, stuff like that. The Nile part, however, does of course need to be done with rocks all the way to the end. So actually, let me just do that right now. And I'm not entirely sure if this will look nice, but I'll just try it first. So essentially around every edge over here, there's going to be rocks and sand. And of course, palm trees, but I'm going to add those later. Here, kind of like that. That definitely has potential. Yes, I do want to make sure it's not too much of the same, but I'll try. And let's also experiment with a bunch of these bushes that could serve as kind of a border. Or maybe this once we can use the circular ones. I think actually this might just be it, besides the color, of course. Here you go. And that can then be beautifully topped off with an occasional fern. Is that not lovely? Yes. Well, let me just add all of this around the edges, add some variety to it, and then I'll be right back with you. To top it all off, a fence around it like this to make sure people can't walk inside the bushes. Bro, why is my eye red again? It just randomly does that for some reason. I swear I'm not on drugs. So I now have a pretty decent chunk done. However, I just realized right here I have a bit of a different idea, actually. I think it would be nice to, at least somewhere in this area, have a bit of a higher ground. Otherwise, I fear it might just become a bit too boring. Now, what specifically this is gonna look like, I'm not sure yet, but I thought let's just put it in, at least. Also, because right here, I then know what to do with the rocks. And honestly, I just can't wait to see what this looks like with a bunch of these palm trees. So let's not waste any time and put them straight. I was kind of afraid of that. I'm not gonna lie. It's the ferns, bro. It really is. Oh, that is so messed up. It is really gonna depend on the ferns because, see, this works. We can always just get rid of some if need be. Here you go. Oh, I love it. Few things make me as happy as placing down these kind of trees. Does this not look just incredible? I love it. Yes, it's tropical, but also not really. It's so nice. And some little ones as well. What fun. What fun. Then similarly to those fences, I'm going to create a stone fence. Or, well, it's more of a wall, actually. The item limit is going to cry. Look, and the great thing about this wall, I can place it like this very easily around corners. It works like a charm. And I made this mostly to make sure it's not all fences. It seems kind of lame if it's all the same, right? So let's say from here, they're going to be stone. This actually works so well. It's amazing. Here you go. Just for some nice variety. Let's also put some of those on this side already, and then we can finish that kind of shoreline as well. Now, you must be wondering by now, Benny, how am I supposed to get to the other side? How nice of you to ask. Right over here, allow me to build a bridge. However, not before... Mango! Let's first fill up this wall over here, and then it's a bit narrow. We should probably kind of open this up a little bit. And then for the fun part, with the future in mind, let's make sure it's quite a high bridge, because who knows what's gonna have to go underneath it. Look, I think this might fit just perfectly, yes. We'll need to put an edge around it, of course, so people don't yeet themselves off. On top, I'll put a very subtle edge, but I don't think we should do too much for this one. Sometimes less is more. And then the moment of truth. That is the cleanest thing I have ever seen. Would you look at that? Amazing. It is a tad steep, though. Possibly. Let me just try something real quick. What if we just did this instead? You could quite literally just drag everything along until it reaches the end. It's not as nice, but it works, I suppose. Let's do the other side as well, I suppose. Although, it was a bit too steep. And I know I like steep things, especially staircases, but this just went too far. Here you go, and beautiful. To be fair, it is quite nice like this. It has a certain flair to it. One last little thing, some supports, and then I promise it's done. Guys, it is coming together. I like it. I made up my mind about the ride we're gonna put here. Teacups, because teacups, I guess, fits everywhere. And at first I wanted to put it here somewhere, but then I realized maybe this spot is perfect. However, this needs to be on grid and it doesn't perfectly fit on it, unfortunately. However, we can always make the circle a tad bigger if we want to. First, however, I must know if it's nice at all. Imagine something like this over here. Is that knife? It might be, yeah. Let me just get rid of the original circle and then I will paint this wood for now. Let's see, it doesn't need to be quite as big though. Maybe this and then all the way down. Then I'm kind of hiding the entrance by just adding some staircase like this. And to be fair, it doesn't even look that bad. Anyway, what am I going to do now? Obviously, this whole area is going to be filled with buildings, houses, little structures. So let's just kind of put some down and see where they're going to be at least. For example, maybe here we can put some small ones, of course. What if we put a carousel over here with a whole row of buildings surrounding it in kind of a circular shape? That could be pretty sweet. And that would also make this area kind of a chill, mellow ride area. And then maybe over here we can later put a small restaurant. I'm not sure yet. Maybe to leave some more space for that a bit towards the left. There you go. For what it's worth, horses are technically not that far off from the Egyptian theme, but this could actually be like a bazaar kind of area. Dude, with a bunch of different small little food stalls. That is happening in the next episode of Building Realm of Rides. I plan to finish this entire first section completely so that we can move on to the cooler stuff back there. This might be a slightly shorter episode. I'm not really sure. It's hard to tell at this point, but I still hope you enjoyed this video. I'm too excited for this new theme. It is so refreshing to do something different for a change. And honestly, I just can't wait to see what this is going to look like. So if you enjoyed this video, make very sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell not to miss a single future video. Then I hope I'll see you in the next episode of Building Realm of Rides.